brilliantly all came from a dream. I think my dad was in the south of France in the early 70s and had a terrible bout of food poisoning. And during the course of this sort of horrible couple of days, he had a waking dream, which was a sort of nightmarish dystopian vision of the near future, or sort of the potential near future. And you had these great grey concrete blocks where everyone lived, and you could look into the windows and see different sort of scenes of this sort of dehumanized existence. And so in one room, a couple were making love soundlessly and lovelessly, and then in another room, there's a musician sat at a vast array of electronic equipment making music, but he's got headphones on, so you can't hear anything. And yeah, I mean, there's sort of a series of these, but you could reject this world and this way of living, and you could look further down the road and see this ramshackle old wooden building with noise and light and chaotic sort of all sorts of things just pouring out into the night. And it's just meant a place that you would, very, very much want to go into, a place where you want to be. And this is the Penguin Cafe, and it's these lovely long tables, so everyone sits together, and there's sawdust on the floor, and there's always a band in the background, in the back of the cafe, always playing. And the music is always always something that you think you've heard somewhere before, but you don't know where. So it's sort of at once familiar and new. The paintings were by my mum. And I think they spent a long time talking through the sort of basic ideas. And Dad died in 1997, and then 10 years after that, I got together with his band, with his musicians, and we played a few concerts at the Union Chapel to sort of mark 10 years since he'd died. And it was amazing and wonderful to do, but then there was a sense of it being a closing of a chapter, closing of a phase, and it didn't occur to me to carry it on at that point. Not least because I think something like that, there are all these wonderful, brilliant musicians that he'd been working with that had just their own take on the music and everything, and I think that it just wouldn't have worked. You need a benign dictator at the head of it all, and I couldn't tell them what to do, I don't think. And so nothing really came of it for another year or so, and then I was asked by some friends just to play anything at a tiny music festival they were arranging in Italy, I think. And so I took Andy, the bass player, Darren, the violinist, and Tom, who sort of plays quattro and harmonium with me. We just sort of piled out and played a bunch of things with Beanfields and a couple of bits and bobs, and just had so much fun. It was all very informal and chaotic, but after that, we got asked by people who were there to play at various parties and functions back in London, and then we got some more people to come along and play to make it sound better. And then it got bigger, and then we got asked to play bigger places, and then it got bigger. And then we kept just pulling in mates, and people, like Andy's sister plays cello, and then their friend Vince plays viola, and Cass, just a friend of me and Darren's. And it just sort of grew, really, snowballed. And it just at no point stopped being incredibly good fun. And just a real treat for me to be able to play all the music that I'd grown up listening to. Well, Matter of Life is, it's all new material, but it's based in the Penguin Cafe sort of tradition. It's just sort of opening a new chapter. It's in response to and adding to and working from my dad's sort of Penguin Cafe body of work.